My name is Bob Tortorello. I'm a partner in the international law firm Cleary, Gottlieb, Steen & Hamilton, and I'm the author of the Guide to Bank Underwriting, Dealing, and Brokerage Activities. There simply did not seem to be available any comparable resource that was targeted to ongoing current issues in the interplay of commercial and investment banking. And I guess there's three key reasons why I wanted to scope out the guide the way I did. First, I wanted to provide what really has become a one-of-a-kind analysis of bank capital markets activities for domestic and foreign banks. Second, I wanted to address current issues. I didn't want this to be simply a regurgitation of the history of banking law, but rather something targeted to ongoing business developments. And finally, I wanted to cover in depth banking and securities regulatory developments. Every year, the guide changes as I identify additional areas that call for special emphasis. There are two principal groups that will be interested in it. First is in-house lawyers, compliance departments, and risk managers for every type of institution that is engaged in the type of businesses that I was just referring to. So that would be domestic and foreign banks, both commercial and investment banks, private bankers, asset managers, and bank-focused private equity investors. Second group would be law firms, consultants, accounting firms, which advise foreign banks or which advise U.S. domestic banks, whether global or regional or community, or which advise investment banks and others that are engaged in insurance, asset management, and capital markets activities. The guide attempts to provide current legal and market context which goes beyond a recitation of rules and requirements. There's a big emphasis on key areas of potential real-world focus and concern. In addition to the ones that I've already rattled off, I guess I would mention that the guide covers things like merchant banking activities and investments in U.S. banking organizations, fiduciary, brokerage, and advisory businesses, strategic alliances and joint ventures as means of conducting or expanding businesses, and operational risk management, liquidity management, the sorts of things that banking institutions have to have in a real-world sense to be aware of every day. I like to think, immodestly, that the guide is really a one-of-a-kind resource. I like to think that it's current, targeted, focused, and user-friendly. It tries to stay ahead of the curve, and it tries to be sensitive to new and emerging trends that will provide real context to practitioners who have to deal with capital markets areas for banks.